Hi, everybody. Okay, today's date is April the 21st, 2020. Your lesson title for today is Comparing Fractions Using Models. And when you're finished, the IXL assignment is going to be P15. I think today should be a super easy day because truly, boys and girls, you guys will be working today to compare fractions using models. This is very, very entry-level stuff. If yesterday's work proved to be a little bit of a difficulty, I want you to go ahead and review. If you struggled yesterday, I want you to go ahead and review P10 because today is going to be so much of kind of a review day. So if you struggled yesterday's work was P10, go back and take a look at that again. But your expectation, your assignment for today is P15. Something to remember when you're comparing fractions. You cannot truly compare a fraction without having equal denominators. If those denominators are not the same, you cannot truly state your thinking of a greater than, less than, or equal than 2. We've got to do some kind of a comparison and prove it. But in this case, models can be a huge help, okay? So we're going to go ahead and look at these two fractions here. Let's compare 2/5 and 3/10. The thought process that should be going through my head should always be this. First things first, do I have the same denominator? Yes or no? Do I have the same denominator? This one is fifths, this one is tenths. I do not have the same denominator. So if I don't, I need to use a model to help me out with my thinking. I'm going to do a quick comparison here. I've got a block here that has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and another that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. My first fraction is 2/5, meaning that 2 of the 5 pieces have been used. So I'm going to shade in 2 of those 5. My next is 3/10. 3 of the 10 pieces. 1, 2, and 3. I can see here that if all the way down here, if I treat this almost like a number line, if all the way down here is 0, and all the way down here is the same thing as 1 whole, 2/5 is just a little bit closer to being 1 whole. It's just a smidge larger. So 2/5 is actually greater than 3/10. Here's the deal though. 2/5 looks smaller. This is a smaller number. This is a smaller number than this larger number and this larger number. Don't let the size of the numbers trick you. Pay attention to the size of the pieces and use a model to help you out. 2/5 is larger than 3/10. Let's take a look at this one. In this situation, I'm going to look to see which fraction is greater, 2/3 or 5/12. Looking here, I want to go through my thought process. Is my denominator equal? Are these numbers the same? Thirds and 12ths are not the same. So I'm going to use my model to help me solve. I need to shade in 2 of the 3 pieces. 1 and 2. Okay, 2/3, 2 of my 3 have been shaded in. Let's shade in 5 of the 12. 1, 2, 3. And you at home might be thinking, Mr. Hogan, why are you not just shading in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces all the way down? I want to make my comparison as easy as possible. I want to be able to look at this model left to right to make an easy comparison. So far I've shaded in 3, 4/12, and 5/12. Just as before, all the way down here would be the same as 0. All the way down here would be the same as 1 whole. 2/3 ends me right here. So 2/3, even though the numbers are smaller, is still greater than or larger than 5/12. So 2/3 is larger than, or 5/12 is less than 2/3. Last question here for you today. I'm going to compare the fractions 5/9 and 6/9. I ask myself this, is my denominator equal? Yes, it is. 9ths and 9ths. 9ths are equal. So here's how I use this without having to create a model. Pay attention to which is closer to the whole. Would you rather have 5 of the 9 pieces of a candy bar or 6 of the 9? Which value is closer to 9? Well, 6 is 1 digit higher than 5. 6/9 is greater than or larger than 5/9. So if I've got the same denominator, I just pay attention to my numerator. That's your work for today, friends. Don't forget, you're assigned P15. If you struggled yesterday with the fractions and the equivalent patterns, take a look again at P10, do a couple of questions, but you guys got this. Have a great day.